What is going
What's good?
on? What's going
What's
on?
good, man? What's good, man? It's been a eventful, to say the least, Sunday, man. But no better way to tighten things up on this Sunday than doing my favorite podcast with the homie, right? Right. Welcome to the Football Frame of Mind podcast weekly show. We are live, man, on all your platforms, man. What you got? You got X, you got Facebook, you got Twitch, you got YouTube. We live on all of that, man. So no matter where you are, you should be here tonight. But before we get started, man, how are you doing?
Man, I'm good. It's been a very eventful day as well as weekend, few months, whatever you want to call it. But we hit a roll. You see those socials at the bottom? Follow every last one of them. You love this kind of
Oh,
content. Do not forget to like the video. Really helps with the algorithm, man. We got a jam-packed episode full of college football, NFL football, plenty of news, good discussion and stuff. So definitely check us out. And like I said, once again, don't forget to follow us on all those socials scrolling to the bottom.
man, that's the way to go, man. That is the way to go. You know what it is, man. We are, if you're watching on the College Sports Villains page, Andrew's Twitter page, man, this is a partnership between us both podcasts. Uh, and we don't look like Andrew, so just it's a partnership, man. If you see me doing it, doing the game streaming as well. Like I said, man, it's a partnership between us, man. So happy to be, teaming with those guys. Good guys over there, man. Great podcast too, man. Great podcast, man. But this is a partnership, like I said, between us two, man. So we are excited, just to be, collabing with those guys, man. I mean, fun. We love being on this show. To be honest with you, that is fun. Fun.
You're right.
Most laughter I've had in a while as far as sports is concerned, man. But nonetheless, man, let's get started, man. Let's get started on some college football, man. Some crazy. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Wardrobe malfunction. Wardrobe malfunction. Wardrobe malfunction, man. You like, you like Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl. My bad.
Oops.
Sorry about
Ooh.
that.
Justin no Timberlake.
Yeah, man. He a legend for that. All right. We got it under control now. All right. We got some breaking news, man. Harold Perkins, linebacker from LSU, stud, man, stud player, man. He's gonna be out for a season with a torn ACL, man. So you are the LSU person on the staff, man. So let's talk about it, man. How you feel? Your
that
defense hasn't been that good this year, but boy, losing him is like a serious blow,
it is a serious blow because you're losing one of your glue guys and one of your main contributors on defense, although he has not been fully utilized to his potential. It really seems like he's been really out of position, or like a lot of times it seems like he's getting beat. They're not really using him. They're using him on the edge, but not correctly, in my opinion. But even regardless, losing him hurts because now offenses don't have to play as cautious, I would find. Because I feel like anytime you're going to go into a game plan against an LSU defense, regardless of how good or bad they're playing, a defense that has Harold Perkins on that defense keeps you on edge because you're worried about that guy coming across the edge and disrupting your quarterback, maybe causing a turnover, loss of downs, things like that. So, I mean, from another team perspective, this is really going to help teams exploit LSU even more, in my opinion, which is not good whatsoever. Now, from LSU's perspective, you lose a really good pass rusher, a really good glue guy, key contributor. You're going to need somebody else to step up. Some of the linebackers we have, Weeks and some of the other guys are doing really good. But the bad thing is LSU's defense is already playing subpar, not even that great. We're coming out flat, especially from a defensive perspective. You're allowing teams like UCLA to hang in there with you too long, and then you're banking on your offense to dig you out of it in the second half. You can't do that. And losing Harold Perkins is really going to dig you a hole deeper that once you get into SEC play could really hinder us in being able to contain some of these more high potent powered offenses. So it really hurts to see that. I'm assuming now he's going to have to come back next year because I just don't feel like he's done enough this year to be able to grant him to be able to first round status. I think as a talent he is, but his tape this year just hasn't really showed it. So I hope he gets better soon, but I definitely presume he's going to be back next year to play.
Man, I was actually thinking about that, when I got the news, right? About whether he should come back or not, because I, being a Bama person on the team, was thinking about Dylan Moses, when we had Dylan Moses, Dylan. He was Louisiana 5-star, committed to Alabama, man. I think about that scenario when I think about this, man. Dylan Moses lost a lot of money, man, coming back, but I don't know if he would have got drafted if he left. I don't know, but I do, man, I do think like that, man. So I don't know if he comes back or not, man. I don't know because the iron is hot right now. So he could get drafted, late 3rd round, 4th round, and just go out, just go out, get drafted, heal up, and then play. We've seen players come back from torn ACLs, right? It's not the end all be all like baseball, right? When you blow your arm out in baseball, it's it.
You get like Tommy John or something, and then you kind of like, ooh, I don't know if I can play to the same extent.
We got Andrew in here, man. What up? What up? What up, dog? What up? What up? Oops. Yeah, the refs got paid, right? That's the football guys' karma. Nah, man, but seriously though, I think Harold Perkins should just leave. I mean, because if you come back, you just hurt your draft stock even more, right? Say you're not the same player, Now they got your film right now for what you've been doing, so you might as well use that film right now. Say, hey, I'm coming out. I got my injury. I'll be healed by this time. Whatever, and get that money right now. You know what I'm saying? And go from there. That's my whole thing. Anyway, that's my take on it. I think
the only benefit, and I don't want to think of a benefit because obviously it's a serious injury. The benefit is we're still in September, which if he's going to have a torn ACL is a good time. If you're going to come out, it isn't a bad time to have it. Because by the time next year rolls around, you roll into February, March, he's going to be able to start, like, obviously being able to do drills, running, and stuff like that. Now, had this had been later on in the season, get the torn ACL, I think it would affect his draft stock more. So I think the fact that he did it now, if he does come out, I don't think it hinders him too much. It just sucks because his production last year and this year kind of dipped a little bit. But I feel like teams are going to bank more on the potential of what happened in year one.
Yeah, because Ty McShay was saying on what Ty McShay or Mel Kiper, one of them was saying that he's like the highest rated edge player, off ball linebacker or something.
Yeah, there's another guy they've been talking about. I forget his name.
Yeah, so I mean, it should be interesting. Should be very interesting to see what he can do, man. But nonetheless, man, we wish nothing but the best for Harold Perkins, man. Tough time, I know, but like I said, there's always a sunshine at the end of the rainbow, man. So, he'll be all right, and he gonna be making some money playing at the next level, man. The only thing that scares me is if there's like more damage to his knee than they actually say,
Yeah. That makes
because
sense. More than just a regular ACL and have like some meniscus,
yeah,
maybe some
yeah,
other stuff,
because
MCL, ACL, stuff like that.
yeah, because I was only mentioning that because Chubb had more damage to his knee than just the ACL. He tore other ligaments. So, it just depends on. I just wish that he doesn't have that, because
You're
that
right.
just makes recovery
It's
that much.
especially at a position like that, like you really need your legs and needs to be 100% because it's a really quick reaction position. Especially if he's going to be used on the edge like that, he
Shout out.
needs
Thank
to be
you.
100%.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Let's see. All right, let's get into this next thing, man. Let's get into this next thing. Shout out Harold Perkins, speedy recovery, man. But let's get into some action, man. All right. Let's talk about my Mizzou Tigers, bro. Let's talk about it, man.
That
Let's
was
talk about it.
scary.
We were sweating through our teeth, man, the whole game. The whole game they was sweating. I mean, Vandy came to play.
They did.
Like,
They came.
Mizzou gets the 30-27 victory here, man. At home. Starts off conference play very good, man. Very awesome way to start off, man. But I gotta shout out, man, the Vanderbilt Commodores, man. Because Clark Lee he has built him a staff, man. Like he's built him a staff, man. Built him a team. Like they trying to build something there. Am I frozen? What's going on?
You're good.
Okay, I was just making sure, man. I'm trying this light thing. Anyway, but yeah, man, good game. Jaku, tight game, man. Tight game for sure, man. And Vandy does do that from time to time. They do that from time to time, man. They give you that. But I feel like this is a new era of Vanderbilt. Not the same Vandy. Not the same Vandy we was talking about before. So
the whole vibe is different. Like he's built something. Like just in the locker room, like the vibe is different. Like they're scrappy. Like that was a statement when in week 1 when they played Virginia Tech. That's like that attitude that they've carried through the last few weeks. Like I think he's really turned something around for them. I'm not saying they're a contender to win the conference at any time in the year series here, but they're a scrappy team, man. They want it, and I hope he can turn it around for the most part, man.
I do too, man. Because I mean they already good in other sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like they already good in other sports, so why not just be good in football too? They finally got somebody they can believe in. That's for sure, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna just say my Tigers have to get this kicking situation underway, man. Because man, dude missed like 3 field goals, right?
Oof.
Now don't get me wrong, he made the game-winning kick, right, in overtime. But Jesus, man. Dog, man, like that's why I'm not so mad because he made the game-winning kick. Now, Vandy's kicker, on the other hand, Vandy's kicker pushed that thing right. I guess it rained like right when he was kicking the ball, right? It started raining as soon as their kickers started kicking. I was like, whew, I'm glad he wasn't doing that with our kicker.
Folks.
Nah, man, but Vandy's doing some things. Shout out Diego Pavia, man. He was a dual threat menace. But once we started getting after him, he started to struggle in the passing game, which really why they couldn't take advantage of the missed field goals. And then Drinkwitz had a horrible decision at the end of the half, which let them get another 3 points, So I was like, damn, dude, what's going on? But nonetheless, they get the win, man. Shout out Andrew. I get to watch him on X. I know, right?
You right. You ain't
right,
gotta go
man.
nowhere, bro. Just sit back, relax, and check it out.
Oh shit! Hold up.
You good?
Hold up. He's like they still some. Which one, Andrew? Me or Brandon? I can fix that shit right now.
It's cool seeing the little Twitter bird. I feel like I hadn't seen that in forever.
I know, right? You gotta get in here. You gotta tell me which one, man. but nah, man. I don't know, man. This damn thing, man. I reset my phone.
Oh, okay. There you go.
All right, I'm just making sure, man. All right, shout out to the Mizzou. What's up?
But nonetheless, I mean, they stay alive, man. That was a good quality win. Vanderbilt definitely gave them a scare, and I think they should use what they did in that game to be able to use that moving forward. Because, dude, it's hard to win in the SEC. And they haven't lost a game yet, so they need to really take into consideration the decisions they're making and make sure we're making the most of all the opportunities.
Yeah, man, but I mean, I'm kind of nervous because if you're struggling with Vandy, imagine when you play the other team.
I mean, you know as well as I know, some of these teams like that can come to play, and you might be able to come up on a big team. Look what happened to Georgia last week. I mean, juggernaut. Yeah. They didn't come out swinging, and Kentucky dang near got the upset. So, I mean, it really just depends who wants it more and who comes to play. So, I mean, never know.
Yeah, I agree, man.
But it is scary, though. I will agree with you on that. I can understand why it would make you nervous.
Yeah, Andrew's not confident in Vandy. He's only win 4. I think they might win a little bit more, man. I mean, they're halfway there right now, and I think they could catch a team like Kentucky.
Yeah, they could beat Kentucky. I don't know what their schedule is, but they could definitely beat Kentucky.
See, Jack, who think the same thing, bro? He think the same thing. You know, I think Kentucky can get got. I think you're seeing Mizzou almost got. So I mean,
you never know, bro. The SEC is an animal, and this year just seems a lot different. A lot of teams that don't normally come to play, they come into play. So I'm definitely interested to see what happens.
Everybody got that sense of belief.
You seen it.
Let's talk about belief, right?
Look, bro. Yeah, how about our freaking belief? I knew we shouldn't have picked USC. I freaking knew it. I knew it.
I mean, we both did, bro. We both did. What you think about this game, man? What you think about this game, man? Because I got an interesting take about it.
I'm surprised that they didn't score more than 24, but I don't know if I'm more surprised that Michigan dropped 27. I mean, I definitely didn't see it going this way. I'm impressed that Michigan was able to contain them, but I feel like I'm more impressed that they scored 27 points. I mean, there was a good quality win for them, and I think that might be able to kind of cool USC off a little bit. Like, okay, like maybe we was just getting a little too hot. You know what I mean? Maybe. Like how me and you were saying last week, man, when you start to get into that stretch of games in the Big Ten, man, it's not a guarantee to say the least.
No, not at all, man. I was more impressed with Michigan, to be honest with you, bro. Because I figured at some point the Trojans defense was gonna show up. You know? Like fixing your defense ain't just a 1 year thing, you know what I'm saying? It's not just a 1 year thing. It's or one off season thing. It's a thing that you have to build on year after year. So the fact that they gave up 290 rushing yards, right? It's not surprising.
No, it's not.
But the fact that they held it to 290 and it could have been like 340 shows that there's some progress there. And the fact that they're gonna be able to score on people, right? Lincoln
Mm.
Riley is an offensive genius, right? So he gonna put his quarterback in position to throw the football. And I have to mention this. We got some comments here, man.
That game in 2 weeks in Columbia when Ole Miss comes to town should be interesting.
Yeah, it will be because Ole Miss is like top one in offense, bro.
Yeah, Jackson Dart's leading the nation in passing, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like they
He's
like
got like
at
he's gonna have
600.
like
Yeah,
13,
they had
1400
600
yards.
yards of total offense. Like that's crazy right now.
I mean, I picked them to go to Natty for a reason. I mean, they can drop them, bro.
See what I'm saying? So, and then Andrew says they threw for 32 yards. Yes, they did.
That sounds like Iowa.
Man, they threw for 32 yards, Andrew. Yes, they did. But at the same time, dog, they found a way. Something
They
worked.
won. Hey.
So if you gotta run the ball all the time and try to win like that, hey, that's what you gotta
give
do.
Give Sharon more credit, bro.
Yeah, man, because he found something. Because the dude who was playing quarterback before that, nah. Nah. Let's see. Gamecocks.
Yeah, that is gonna be a game. Because I think this is how I look at it. South Carolina's got a good defense. Ole Miss has got a pretty good defense. If South Carolina's quarterback is the guy who played against us, him and Dart are gonna go at it. I think Ole Miss has got too much, but it'll be a really good game.
Yeah, I like the Gamecocks defense, man. I think they got two. I think they got two linemen that got 5 sacks this year. So
they can wreak havoc
already. Like we only played a couple games and you got 5 sacks already. Like that's 10 sacks between the two people. Like what are we doing here? So they got.
You need to ask what the other teams ain't doing.
Yeah, they got a problem. They got some problem people over there, man. So I'm excited, man. I said, yeah, Richie, man. I'm glad they quarterback gonna play.
When he's in with Rocket Sanders, that's deadly. Like that's a nice 1-2 punch.
Dumb. Looking like Darren McFadden back there with Felix Jones, bro. Like that's what the two of them look like.
The quarterback and the running back.
Yeah, that's what they look like, bro. Because remember when Darren McFadden would be in like the Wildcat, right?
Yeah,
he would usually be back there with Felix Jones, right? Their quarterback can run.
Sellers can throw too. He's got a pretty good arm.
You gotta pick your poison, right? Because Rocket Sanders gonna do him, and then Norris gonna do him too. So and the fact he can pass, which makes
he's got a pretty good arm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Yep. We talked about that all off season.
Oh, Rocket, yeah. Rocket, yeah, that's my dog, man. I like Rocket, man. Rocket he runs like Darren McFadden a little bit. Like
he does. He actually looks like him a lot. Like when he's running, he's just solid.
Yeah,
shout out to Darren McFadden, by the way.
Yeah, man. He's top 5 in my running backs of all time in SEC history. Come on, man. You had 2 back-to-back, runner up in the Heisman, dog. Like it took some shit to beat you 2 years in a row. Dude was balling. I liked him, man. I hated that he went to the Raiders in the NFL, but
it just didn't work out. He was one of my favorite college players. That wasn't a good time to go to Oakland, unfortunately.
Yeah, Richie, we impressed. I'm impressed.
I feel like I am. I knew
I'm sure Brandon's not impressed.
No, I am.
After those checks cleared.
I like what they can do on offense. I like the 1-2 punch they have at quarterback and running back. You seen the drop off when they had to put Robbie Ashford in there. It was a big drop off.
Jesus. Oh my God.
gosh.
Drop off.
It looked like it was Robbie Anderson at quarterback.
Man. Not Robbie Anderson. Oh man, can you believe there's Auburn fans out here that believe that their team would be like better if Robbie Ashford was there?
I mean, having Peyton Thorne ain't much better, but yeah.
I'm just considering that Gus Malzahn is just the Auburn whisperer, and Tommy Tuberville is like Palpatine in the Star Wars.
I swear he is. I like Tommy Tuberville. Nobody gives him a lot of credit.
Tommy Tuberville is Palpatine, right? Dude, like, got a whole Senate governor seat, right? He just conducting Auburn football from afar, right? and Gus Malzahn was straight his Anakin Skywalker, bro. Like that's who he was. He's like, yeah, do this right now. And then once they fired Gus Bus, now they just don't know what to do.
Hey, Hugh Freeze has done really good for them in recruiting, but they got to be able to put it on the field and make it into wins, though. I mean, it ain't going to happen overnight, but they got to get it fixed, though.
See Ashford's numbers where and when?
They were rocking him. He couldn't get barely in it. Don't get me wrong, he did have some pretty good throws down the stretch trying to keep y'all in the game. Man, he just had no time back there either. They were all over him.
Man, that dude. When he do this? Are we talking about the other guy?
Talking Robbie Ashford when they played LSU, I think. Unless he played that last game. I don't know about that.
I don't know. But I know all he did was run on Alabama because he couldn't throw.
Okay. See, I didn't catch that one.
See, all right.
I mean, that's not a terrible stat line. I don't know what his completion percentage was, but the numbers look good.
He's okay. He's okay, man. He's all right. He's all right. He's all right. He's okay, man. I'm sorry. I'm an Auburn hater, bro. But one thing you gotta know about me, man, I hate Tennessee a whole lot.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Hates Tennessee more than Auburn's crazy.
Bro, because think about it, man. Over the history of Alabama football, man, what team give you the most trouble? Year to year, if you think about it. If you watch the SEC, Tennessee has always been relevant, right? Like always, like they had the 90s Tennessee Vols, the 2000s was pretty good. And I mean, they kind of fell off, obviously, when Nick Saban came along, right? But how many close games, though, that Tennessee give Nick Saban, bro? I mean, I can count at least 6. Now, some of them were just dog walking, right? I'm not gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them were, but more of them were close than Auburn in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I just hate Tennessee, man. I do. I don't like them at all, man. I hate Peyton Manning. I hate T. Martin.
You like Peyton Manning, just not in college.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like him, man. I don't like him. Yeah, I don't, man. God damn. Who else went to Tennessee that I don't like? Peerless Price. I don't like him. I don't like John Henderson.
Todd Helton.
Oh, that's right. Todd Helton did go there. Oh,
my dog was starting over Peyton.
That's a tough one. Because I love me some Todd Helton with the Rockies, man. That's a tough one. He might get some immunity. Yeah, he might get some immunity because I love me some names, man. I mean, like I said, Auburn is the rivalry, bro. Like that's the rivalry. It is. But me personally, I don't like Tennessee at all, more than Auburn, because Auburn's like your little brother, right? You know, you love him to death, but you hate him when you trying to mac on some ladies, you know. That's the thing. So we trying to mac on this national championship lady, and Auburn be in the way sometimes. So I don't like them. But anyway, let's get into this thing. Get to this next game, man. All right. Now
I'll be honest. I did not get to see.
I'm gonna let you talk about this because I personally was like, struggle win.
No, I'll tell you. Okay, so I'll tell you something. One, I didn't get to sit down and watch this entire game, but I do know the storylines for the most part. I got to catch a lot of the important parts, as well as you can read a lot of this through the numbers. LSU is a second half team. They come out flat and they allow these teams to hang with them, and they count on their offense to be able to outscore the other team in the second half. And that's exactly what happened. You look at Garrett Nussmeier, he had a pretty efficient game, threw for like 300 yards, quite a few touchdowns. The bad thing is this defense does not make adjustments until it gets halftime. They go into it with this terrible tackling. They are horrible at tackling. I would hate to see what these players' yards after reception or like after rush are, because after contact they just can't tackle. There's no discipline in the tackle game, and there's a lot of big plays that LSU gives up, especially in this game, that just lack of tackling. That they're just not playing discipline, and they have to keep relying on their offense. Now LSU is a good offense, but I'm gonna be honest with you, this was not good for them. Offensively, yeah, they pulled it out of the end, but defensively, it's concerning because most people are going, 17, that's not bad. They only gave up 17 points. It's a lot deeper than that. Like, there's no way in hell that LSU shouldn't dog walk UCLA in this game. UCLA is a bad team. No disrespect to Deshaun Foster. I love some Deshaun Foster. But LSU should have dropped a 50 piece on them. Should have dropped 50 and probably held them to at least 10 or less. No disrespect, but just it's very concerning to see UCLA's got a pretty depleted roster, not a really good team, and it took LSU until they get to the third quarter or so to finally wake up on defense and just pull away. There's no excuse for that, and I'm sorry. Next week, South Alabama's not going to be a pushover either. South Alabama's got a pretty decent team. You got to figure it out then. Because if you don't figure out next week, Jackson Dart and the boys are coming to Baton Rouge, and that's going to be ugly. If you want to try to play second half football, Jackson Dart and them will drop 50 on them. Easy. So you need to make adjustments now because UCLA is no way UCLA should have had 17 points. I think LSU is starting to get something good with Caden Durham running the ball. Nussmeier is starting to get better every week, but they're going to put too much pressure on this offense to try to outscore the other team. And that's when mistakes happen. That's when injuries happen because they're trying to compensate for the defense not doing anything. Yeah, they did. And there's no way that should have happened. But it's the same song and dance the last 3 weeks. You go back to when they played Nichols, the first half, their offense, they were getting freaking pushed around. And the defensive line was getting opened up like the Red Sea. And they're just running through the gaps on them. Look at what happened in South Carolina, the exact same thing. And what happened in both those games, including this game, second half. We're like, okay, we got pushed around the first half. Hey, let's wake up. Let's wake up. Now we have to actually play. That's horrible, coach, and that's not just players. That's coaching. You have to get those. You have to make those adjustments sooner, or else you're gonna get a team like Ole Miss coming to town, and you'll never dig yourself out of that rut they put you in. It's very concerning from a defensive perspective.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. I think it's one of them things, bro, that you just have to look at and be like, yo, we just what we are this season, man. We got some talent. I like Durham too. I think he should be the starter. Like I had a guy on my Facebook page. He was saying they don't want to use the red shirt. F all that. Burn that red shirt. Burn it. Burn that red shirt.
I would. He's a monster. His
Burn
thighs, that dude is strong. Caleb Jackson's really good, but Durham is that guy. True freshman running on SEC defenses like that? Man, play him.
Yeah, burn that red shirt. I mean, he gotta, I don't know. Let's see though. Let's see. That red shirt business is pretty tough sometimes, man. All right, let's get into this next one. All right, man, let's talk about this one, man. The team that I hate the most.
I want to hear your perspective.
All right, so here's my thing, man. I'm looking at Tennessee, and I think we both were thinking this game. I think even when we was on Andrew's show, we kind of picked this one to be a boat race, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like that, It was way closer than I thought it was going to be. Now, I don't know if this was Josh Heupel being nice to his team since he led them to a national championship as a player. I don't know if that was the key, or that Brent Venables brought his defense along with him to the SEC, which is what I predicted. I said, look, Venables has been coaching defense for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Long time. Even when he was at Oklahoma, them defenses was pretty good. Okay. So go to Clemson, do the same thing. Now you're the head coach, right? Offensively, you got some issues to fix, right? But if they can do this to a couple of teams, hold them down a little bit until they figure out what to do, with the quarterback situation. I don't know. Now, the other guy, I'm looking on my thing, right? Jackson Arnold. He was ass, right? But the other guy was pretty good.
And that's crazy because the hype was around Arnold this year.
Newsflash, they might have something. Never know. Never know, man. So, like I said, tale of two things, man. Was Josh Heupel being nice? Or does Oklahoma really have a defense, man? Not really sure how to answer that. But, boy, they look good. They look good in this game, man, to hold them to 25, a team that can score 60 really fast, man. So, I don't know. We'll see. And maybe this was Nico looking like a freshman, something he hadn't seen before or something like that, right? But either way, it looked pretty good, man. So that's my take on it, man. I think Tennessee's still a deadly team, but I feel like as we go deeper into the SEC schedule, you might see some cannibalism, man. We might start eating each other alive. That's the only way we don't get 4 teams in the playoffs, right? If you got a bunch of teams ranked real close to each other, and be like, all right, we can't.
That's how it is right now, though. A lot of these SEC teams are clustered together, like that top 15. Like there's 4 or 5 teams that are like all hovered around there. Also, I mean, you really never know.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So before we get into this, man, we're gonna run a little commercial break, man. And collect our thoughts. You'll see what I'm doing, Brandon, because your face is hilarious right now. Your face is hilarious right now. You're like, what's going on here? What's going on here? We didn't discuss this in the pre-show. Oh man, nah, it's just man. Hey man, I don't care. I'm on this Darnold train. I'm riding with Darnold.
You riding with the Vikings?
I'm riding with the Vikings, man.
Oh man.
I'm riding with the Vikings.
Man, you was talking about taking a bath in the Kool-Aid earlier with the Falcons. Nah, you done definitely got submerged in this Darnold train.
No.
I like that.
Then we get into the NFL action. I'm right again. I'm right again. I'm right again. I'm right again. We're gonna get
Oh
into the
man.
NFL action, but boy, I'm right again. Another week, ride the Darnold train, baby. He ain't make me no money this week because he ain't get 200 yards, but I don't care. I'm right.
The train's still
I'm
rolling.
right. The train's still rolling, man. Hold on, let me run this a little bit. All right. All right, so we go to pick some games, man. The 28th is weekend of the 28th is pretty big. Got a lot of big games. But this one's intriguing, man. I wanted to start with this one more so than obvious, man, because Kansas State's been playing pretty good. I like what they're doing offensively. It just looks okay. It looks okay.
It didn't look so okay this past weekend.
Man, they look okay, man.
Man, BYU boat raced them, bro.
I mean, but come on, man. You gotta be nice. You gotta be nice to BYU.
Yeah, but
man.
that's a very concerning loss to me. Like losing to BYU is one thing, but getting completely dismantled like that is a different. That's concerning.
Okay. Hear me out. I say they're nice because they are. They're a nice team. They're nice. They're okay. They're okay. I did not say they were going to win this game, though. They are nice teams.
It's like pump the brakes, bro.
They got some good pieces, man. But Oklahoma State is a different beast, man. I think they've separated themselves at the top of this food chain if we're talking Big 12, man. BYU's up there because they're always good, man. They just play good football all the time. So it's not really surprising that BYU would beat them that bad, right? You got to go to BYU to play, right? That was a late game, so they had to go on the road. BYU that's not somewhere you just go. You know what I'm saying? It's not somewhere you just go to play a football game in the middle of the night. Okay, it's probably not gonna be that good for you, you know. So that don't really surprise me that much. But coming into this game, man, Andrew says it's gonna be a boat race. I would like to think the same thing, man. But dude, Bowman, man. Goddamn, man. I had so much faith in dude, man. And then they so both of these teams are covered off losses, correct? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not tripping,
Oklahoma
right?
State a very close loss, but both losses.
Yeah, I'm not tripping, right? I knew they both had. I didn't really actually pay attention to the BYU game, but once you said they got boat race, I had to go back and say, "Oh, yes, they did." And then I had to go back to Oklahoma State. They lost too. So this game is really up for grabs, you know. But I still think the Cowboys get this win, man. I still think so, man. They just got too much more than Kansas State at this point. But I think they'll be all right though. They should be in the running for a Big 12 title though. If they're not, I'll be surprised. But I mean, like I said, like we predicted before the season started, man. We said the Big 12 was probably gonna cannibalize themselves. Because one team gonna beat another team, and then another team gonna beat another team. Like that's what it's gonna be. Then you're gonna have one team standing at the top of the food chain. And I thought that was gonna be Oklahoma State, but now they lost, so they got some work to do. But we'll see. Let's see.
I mean, that is that's a very concerning loss to me. I'm sorry. Like BYU's okay, but they haven't been really good in a while. Not saying they're a bad team. Like they get really good recruiting from them. They recruit okay. But getting blown out like that's bad. I think Oklahoma State is gonna do some damage. Ollie Gordon's on a mission. The quarterback's not bad, man. They can score points. They barely lost to Utah. So I definitely can see this one getting out of hand. I've got Oklahoma State. I just think they have too much.
All right, no, man. All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool, man. I ain't mad at you. But this next game, let's talk
Dun, dun,
about the
dun.
Tide. Let's talk about the Tide, baby. Let's talk about the Tide, man. All right. So I'm gonna start this one off, baby. All right. So look, big game field, man. Big fight field, man. This is Tyson. This is Ali. This is whatever you want it to be. It's a big game, bro. Big game. A lot of money on the field, man. A lot of NFL draft picks either this year, next year, or the year after. You're gonna see these players playing on Sunday, playing in this game, man. So big game, right? Uh, I personally think, like professionally, writing about it, I picked Georgia to win this game, right? But after seeing some things, against Georgia and Kentucky, man, I think we got a shot. I think we got a shot, man. I think we got a shot to really, really get this game. First off, Trump gonna be there. First off, Trump gonna be there. Yes, Trump should be at the game, man.
Had to throw that one out there.
Getting some support from the red state, man. But I think we got a shot, man. This is at home, man. It's a home game for us. I think Bama wins this, man. But I think it's gonna be a high flying game, man. But I really think it might not be as scoring wise, but I think you're gonna see some hitting. I think you're gonna see some good power football, man. A couple of fourth down stops, man. But don't be surprised if Milrow really goes off passing. Don't be surprised, man. Cause dude is like confident now. Like last couple years, man, he was just like, yeah, I really don't want to play because I might lose my job. They really don't believe in me. You know, Bill O'Brien, Tommy Reese didn't really they didn't really know what to do with him. You know what I'm saying? But I say this all the time. When Michael Vick was at the peak of his powers, he had Dan Reeves as his head coach. Dan Reeves is the one that drafted him and molded him until, he got fired ultimately, right? I say this analogy to say that Kalen DeBoer is Jalen Milrow's Dan Reeves. He's grabbing him, he's molding him into what he needs to be as a quarterback. He's calling the right plays, using his skill set as a runner, and with his cannon of an arm, he's using it. The intermediate throws, maybe that's just not a part of his game yet. For him to succeed at the next level, it will be. But to win a national championship or get to the playoffs or win an SEC title, maybe we don't need it. Maybe we use the run to open up the middle of the field. The line looks pretty good. So I think Bama wins this game. On the strength of the crowd and Jalen Milrow. That's what my thing is, man. Yeah, Bama rolls, man. I think so, man. It's just something about this game and how the season has gone so far, man. Like this is the thing that's kept us out of the one spot. We ain't really play nobody. Texas beat Michigan on the road. But this is Georgia. Kirby Smart know everything there is to know about Alabama, man. He built it along with Saban, but he built it. So I mean, there you go. So I think it's just gonna be a fun game, man. I'm just glad this ain't on CBS at 2:00 I'm glad this gets the prime time spot, man, because this is what it's supposed to be, man. But I like Bama in this one, man.
So both obviously juggernauts of the conference. These are two of the biggest brands in the conference besides obviously like a Texas or an LSU. Big time rivalry game, at least from a coaching stand, like a perspective. I have seen more of aggression in Alabama's play and where they've corrected issues. And I feel like I've had more concerns with Georgia, especially. I know people are going to say whatever, but going back to the Kentucky game, that's concerning for me. Like, I just don't see a scenario where South Carolina blows out Kentucky by like 30 points and then Georgia turns around and squeaks out a 1-point victory or whatever the case may be. That concerns me. The way Alabama's offense has progressed throughout the year, being able to use their quarterback in the run game and in the pass game, being able to score points, obviously not to the same caliber of opponent as obviously Georgia. I just feel a lot more confident rolling with them here, especially the fact that it's in Tuscaloosa. It's a big football game environment, man. I want to do the whole Pat McAfee sing the song and then pick y'all after, but I'm not doing all that. But I've just seen more from Alabama. I'm going Bama.
Hey,
I just feel a bit more confident. I think talent-wise, these are two really talented teams. I just feel a lot more confident in where Alabama started and where they're at now compared to where Georgia started and where they're at
now. Hey, Andrew, stealing recruits.
They're gonna be like Miami and Florida. Don't come here.
Stealing recruits, man. Dude been on a roll recruiting, bro. Like, that's wild, man. To just come to a new job and just change the whole outlook on recruiting is crazy work to me. Bro, stealing recruits, man. That's what he doing. Dude on the recruiting trail, man. Don't get it twisted, man. And one before we move on to the next game, one fantastic fact about DeBoer is dude is like 107-12 as his record in coaching right now. Like, dude's won everywhere. Everywhere. Sioux Falls, Fresno, Washington. Like, every job he's had has escalated. You know what I'm saying? In terms of difficulty, if we're talking about jobs.
Yeah.
Like, difficulty. Everything's been up. He's never went down in a job. Maybe as offense coordinator, you go from here, and then you get your head coaching job. But as far as head coaching difficulty, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. I mean, that's the natural progression of things. That's how it should be.
Hey, man. Roll Tide.
You ain't never gonna hear me say that, but I do pick them in this one for sure.
You're a hater, bro. Come on, man. You gotta
join. No, that's sacrilegious for me to say that. I can't do that.
That is not sacrilegious.
Would you? Okay, so if you felt confident about LSU, would you say go Tigers?
Yeah, man. I lived there for a minute.
I don't know about that. That's a little questionable.
I can say it.
Okay.
I did. I said go Tigers when y'all was in the national championship game because I hated Clemson. I didn't want them to win at all. I was the biggest LSU fan, bro. Now I was at basic training, but we had to do some work or whatever, and they had a TV on. So I'm like, oh shit, they playing Clemson. Biggest LSU fan in the world.
Now that would have been something I would have paid to see.
Oh man. I ain't saying that either, and I love my wife.
Shit, I know that's right.
I feel you, dog. I feel you on that one. That is commitment. That is commitment to the uncommitted.
You're right. You're right.
I'm not. I love you, but I'm not going there. That's what that is. But you'll never hear me say that Auburn shit. You'll never hear me say that. You'll never hear me say that. Was that s'more beagle? Is that what they say?
I think so.
S'mores and beagle. Go see. Oh my god, I can't stand.
hear that.
I can't stand like teams that have the weird nicknames, bro. Like not weird as in like I don't like it, but like like you
I
can't
just
go
can't bring
around
myself
saying
to
that.
say it.
You can't go around saying that to everybody. Like you can't go around saying that to everybody. You know, like it's really cool. Like if somebody knows what you're talking about, but you go out and be like, "Go Cocks till I die," and they'd be like, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir." And just like, "Yes, the fuck I do." I can honestly see that, man. I can see that. Everybody gets it. But all right, let's get into this LSU game, man. Your Tigers, who moved up in the rankings with their win against UCLA, play South Alabama, man. This team put up 80. Mercy rule. They mercy ruled somebody. So like like no lie. The coaches came to midfield at halftime and was like, yo, we beating the shit out y'all. You wanna just running clock? You want to running clock this thing, man, so we can get up out of here with some dignity?
Put the accelerator clock on.
Man, they sure did, man. They put that work on them dudes, man. So what you think? You are you excited about this game? Because I know y'all tired of playing these cupcake games. I know y'all want to get into some real action.
But I mean, this is my thing. I'm going into
this. I swear it's a trap game. That's what I was saying. I was like, this is scary, bro.
It is, but this is my thing. Okay. Yeah, you have to be open and optimistic with this because, like I said before, I'm expecting the same song and dance we've been seeing the last 3 weeks. I'm sorry. That could get you in some trouble in this game. You need to come out swinging on defense, and your offense needs to go down the field and get you points. You cannot afford to go into the second half because you don't know. All it takes is that one game, bro. That you come out flat and that other team gets hot and confident. And they have more talent. Look what Nichols did. They came out with scoring points, but they didn't have enough talent. South Alabama's not a terrible team. They have more talent. So think if you give a team like that confidence early on, you can't afford to have that. You can't. I think LSU's offense can score a lot of points, but their defense is going to put them in compromising positions. This game has all the elements to be a trap game. I'm not confident in the defense. Offensively, I think we can win this game. I don't think it's by a lot of points. I could definitely see this being like a 35-28 game or 35-31, something like that. I could see South Alabama scoring points. Maybe they come out swinging and wanting to really prove a point because obviously your star player on defense is gone, which is really going to hurt you like we stated before. I don't think it's an easily winnable game. I think they will win just off of talent alone, but I don't see it being by a big point margin. I could definitely see this being like a one-possession game, nothing more.
Okay, nah, man. Hey, dog, I'm rolling with the Tigers, man. I just think y'all got too much, man. But don't let me down like I did against UFC, man. Don't let me down because I was
We haven't
upset.
let you down since.
Yeah, thanks to the refs. Let's see. If LSU loses, still rank them in my top 25. Yeah. It depends on how they lose. Like if they get boat raced by South Alabama, like
I don't see that happening.
That's like if they get boat raced, if they were to get the mercy rule treatment, right? that Middle Tennessee gave Miami that year. That got Manny Diaz up out of there. Then you gotta drop him, man. You know, like then you gotta drop. But nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. So if they were to lose, you could still put them in your top 25. I mean, Notre Dame lost to Northern Iowa, and they didn't drop too far. They dropped, but not out of the top 25, man. Because losses do happen, man. They do. They happen, man. But how many losses? I mean,
Who
what? That
drop
would
who out?
be
Drop
LSU.
who out? LSU. Well, I mean, LSU's only got one loss. They got like it all
Right.
depends
So
on the
this would
teams you lose
so
in
this
that.
would be so this would be if they lost, that would be the second one, right?
Yeah, they only lost to USC.
Right.
This is my.
So I
It all
mean,
depends on the team. If they lose to South Alabama, they may drop out. I don't think they would. I think they'd be in like the late 20s. You're probably looking at 23, 24. That's just based on like what I've seen so far this year. But you really never know. Now, getting out of this game, once they get into SEC play, that's a whole different discussion in itself. But we'll get into that another time.
yeah, we'll get into that another time. But I will say to close the college segment, man, it was a good week, man. But this week is gonna be crazy, man. Crazy, you know. Andrew speaks for the people.
Hey, what happened, happened. I can't control it. Neither can they. I mean, we just learn, we live, and go Tigers.
You know what? And you know what? You know what? Spoken like a true Tigers fan. Shouldn't have fed the tiger. Probably wouldn't have got 8. That's some shit y'all would say.
That's funny. That's funny.
Wouldn't have got 8. That's what that sounds like to me, man. All right. In honor of our next segment, as we go into some NFL stuff, man, I gotta run that commercial again, man, because I was right again. I was right again. We running that
commercial. Man, I don't care. I'm on this Darnold train. I'm riding with Darnold.
You riding with the Vikings?
I'm riding with the Vikings, man.
Oh man.
I'm riding with the Vikings,
man. You was talking about taking a bath in the Kool-Aid earlier with the Falcons. Nah, you done definitely got submerged in this Darnold train.
No. Hey man,
all right. I was right again. Darnold showed out again, man. He was stoic. He was perfect. They handed the ball off to Aaron Jones. He ran a couple yards. They gave Chandler the ball. He ran a couple yards. Justin Jefferson is the best player in the league, and he should be the highest paid receiver in the league. Like, bro, nasty work, bro. Nasty work. But even with all of that being said, let's talk about the Vikings defense, bro.
Man, the fact that they contained Stroud and that offense is 7 points, that's impressive. I don't think we say a whole lot of like teams like we're really impressed with, but with the way Minnesota's defense has been the last few years or so, seeing them contain that star-studded offense to 7 points and holding Stroud in check, you got to give credit where it's due. And they dropped 34 on their defense. That's even crazier. Oh, my gosh. This is a really good game plan, man. Darnold's playing with some confidence. They are playing really good football. Obviously, I know it's still early on in the season, but this is a really good quality win for this team. Really big confidence builder, especially for your quarterback, man. Especially with the last few years he's had, like this is a really good piece for them moving forward. And hey, he might be playing on a different level, keep going through the season. We'll see how they adjust, but I'm really impressed with the way Minnesota played. Really good, seems like on all facets of the game.
Hey, you see my short earlier today with Aaron with Darnold talking to JJ McCarthy. It was the little pirate from Captain Phillips.
I am the captain now.
I'm the captain now. I'm the quarterback now. Like no. That's
Darnold's trying to get paid this offseason.
He's trying to get that bag, man. He's trying to get
that Baker Mayfield money.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But you know what? Hopefully he don't end up like Case Keenum, bro.
Dude, don't jinx it, bro. That's a bad way to jinx it. Don't say that just because he is
I hope
Vikings
not.
quarterback.
Yeah, the
Oof, that was
Vikings.
bad.
So he got him to the championship game or some shit, and then got paid and didn't do nothing.
Hey,
So,
hey. I mean, if you really wanted to be disrespectful, you could have said Brock Osweiler because he completely.
bro,
Oh my god,
bro, he got paid because he went 5-2 in the regular season, bro. He had nothing to do with the Super Bowl at all. Like what were Houston thinking, bro? He
man,
had
he
nothing to
wasn't.
do with the Super Bowl at all.
He sure didn't.
Like, bro, Peyton Manning came back in the playoffs and was balling, dog. Like, he had nothing to do with that at all. Like, yeah, he went 5-2, and maybe they would have lost a lot of games without him. But still, he didn't even contribute in the playoffs, and then didn't even go to the White House ceremony, bro. How disrespectful is that? If you contributed like you said you did, why would you not go to the White House, bro?
Dude said he was getting paid, bro.
He's like, I got money to count. Deuces.
Y'all can mail me that ring.
He's like, I got money to count. I'm busy. I'm busy.
He sure
Stealing
needed to be.
money.
He sure needed to be putting in that work because he didn't do nothing after that.
Nothing at all, man. That was horrible, man. That was a horrible situation, man. All right, let's talk about your Saints, man. This game was way low scoring than I thought it would be. But Eagles get the win here, man. But what you think?
I don't think it looks bad on the Saints' part. The Eagles are a good team. The interception Carr threw late in the game did hurt them. But the Saints damn near pulled it out, man. They gave the Eagles the ball back with like a minute or so left in the game in Philadelphia, you know. They just had a little bit too much to be able to come back and win. I mean, they're both really good teams. I see both of these teams being a formidable team in the NFC, especially coming to January for sure. But I think it was a really good game. The Eagles have a really star-studded defense, especially having Devin White. They got added back there. That really helps them as well. I don't think this really puts a damper.
That's right.
But I don't think this game puts a damper on what New Orleans has been able to accomplish offensively and defensively. I think this is more of a learning curve. Being okay, maybe we just need to make some adjustments and just be able to be ready for. You're gonna have some other really good teams on defense. I think the Saints are gonna still score really well, and I think that obviously the Saints have a really good defense year in and year out. I think it's a really good game. It's not really a loss you should be disappointed in my opinion. But what? Check that out.
Man, you gave us the thing, man. But yeah, man, 700. Shout out everybody watching the video right now, man. Whatever
show
platform
some love. We appreciate y'all.
Get a video a like, man. We appreciate it, man. We still got some viewership in there. We're an hour in. Like I said, it shouldn't be that much longer, man. Y'all can go to sleep afterwards, man. But we almost done. We almost done, man. We in the NFL part of the show, man. So making good time, by the way, actually, because we actually want to split it hour. So yeah, we good, man. But shout out, man. The collab is working, man. This collab is working, man. So shout out to everybody that support college sports feelings, man. Hopefully y'all can support us too, man. Our Facebook page is definitely coming soon. We're gonna work on that, man. We gotta get that because that's gonna be nice for us. But that's in other news, man. But I like the Eagles win here, man. Show some fight. Because this is one of those games that they would lose last year, you know. So it looks like they figuring something out. Jalen Hurts, I think, was below 40 pass attempts, which is perfect for me. I think that's where he's supposed to be. And everything. I agree, Andrew. Great alliance, man. Real. But I like the Eagles, man. I think they were my pick out of the NFC. So look good, man. Hopefully they can use it, man. Hopefully Saquon starts to become more of an option. Because if they really lean, but I really think they like slow playing him though, because his injury history. So they give him a little bit here, a little bit there, contribute, and then as the game goes on, season goes on, I think he'll be a bigger part of the team. But right now they slow playing it, man. All right, man. Let's talk about this.
Man, let's
what
talk about this.
in the world just happened, bro?
The Red Rocket. Andy Dalton said, hold my beer, watch this. Y'all been having me sit on the bench. Let me show you a little something. Andy Dalton said, I get dubs.
Man, he like, yo. Y'all thought it was he pulled the Geno Smith. Y'all tried to write me off, but I ain't right back.
I swear.
Man, I don't really know what to make about this, bro.
It's a very odd situation.
Like, I don't know, man. like, all right. So look, dude, I don't know what to say. You go, man. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about this one, man. You go. You go. Uh-oh. He froze.
Huh?
No, I was saying you go. You go.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how to go about this. Just from the Panthers' perspective, I didn't really agree with them benching Bryce. I feel like it could really damper his confidence and hinder him going forward, especially so early on. I would not have done that. From an organizational standpoint, this team is all over the place. Shout out to freaking Andy Dalton, though, for getting the freaking job done. I mean, they needed this win. They needed to get a win. I didn't think that they were going to beat the Raiders. I thought the Raiders had a much better team. They got 36 points, though, man. Very surprising, to say the least. And where do you go with this moving forward? I mean, Andy Dalton got you a win. So are you just going to let Dalton keep playing until he loses? Or are you going to try to ease Bryce back into it and build his confidence back up? Like, there's a lot of ways you could handle this situation. But with the way the Panthers coaching staff and organization has been over the last however long it's been, I don't have a whole lot of confidence that they're going to handle it correctly. And I'm scared that they're going to mess Bryce up in his confidence. Because the worst thing you can do for a quarterback, especially a quarterback early on, is kill his confidence. The guy's a former number 1 overall pick, used to win, comes into a dumpster fire of a team and organization. Has he been playing the greatest? No. But, dude, you can't do that kind of stuff. Yes, it's good to get a win, but his supporting cast is non-existent. But I guess Andy Dalton said, hey, bro, I don't need all that much. I guess I'm going to get the win. So, I mean, kind of wish the Raiders would have pulled this one out. I mean, the Panthers really needed this win, but I don't know how this looks moving forward, especially the fact that they got the win with him in there.
Yeah, man, Bryce confidence shot now, dog. He done. You put Bryce back out there, bro, they ain't gonna lose big because you basically just showed like it was Bryce's fault. You know, that's basically what you're saying. When you made this move, you know, you was like, oh, it's Bryce's fault. Now,
yeah, they're gonna use him as a scapegoat.
Yeah, now that you won, he's really the scapegoat for all of it. You know, so and it's not the fact that they won, dog. It's the fact that Andy Dalton played really effing good, dog.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said
this ain't just we squeaked by and he had like 2 interceptions.
No, dude, he put a 300 pack with 3 touchdowns. Like, that's good.
Yeah, like, bro, and Bryce couldn't even get out the backfield. You know what I'm saying?
But that's concerning to me because it's like, okay, y'all couldn't do that with Bryce. You're doing that now with him. It's like, does the team feel more comfortable with Dalton to the point where they're not trying as much with Bryce in there? Like, what's going on? Because Bryce ain't thrown for 300 yards in this game. It's not happening. But the fact that he was able to stand back there and throw like that, that worries me. Like, that's concerning. Like, that was a good win. He threw for 300 yards, but I don't know how to feel about that. That's crazy.
I don't know how to feel. I don't know how I feel about that either, bro. I really don't. That's crazy. I don't know what to think. Yeah, this was crazy. Like I said, I take a pregame nap. You know what I'm saying? The players be doing that, so I got to do it too. Right? You know, shout out Steve McNair, man. I got that from him. Take a pregame nap.
R.I.P. Aaron McNair.
Yeah, straight up, man. But I woke up, man. I was like, and I seen Dalton, right? And I was like, why are they talking about Andy Dalton, bro? Like, what happened? I said, tell me the Panthers ain't win this game, bro. Tell me they didn't win this game. And I wake up and they done won this game, bro.
And impressively.
And
That's the thing that
impressively,
shocked
man.
me.
And I don't need like it seemed like everything that they was trying to do last week worked. Like, I mean, they had Adam Thielen looking like his Panthers days, bro.
Like Vikings days.
TikTok, what you mean, bro? What you mean?
Yeah, what you mean?
You gotta let us know. I think I only got a couple more games left. I don't think it's only a couple more games left. I gotta talk about my Ravens, man. I ain't gonna put your comment up there, Andrew, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. We'll flash it real quick though. I know what you mean. Man. On that Dame time. Nah, man, but yeah, my Ravens get to win, man. But this is so concerning. This is a concerning
it's
part.
Very concerning.
Okay, because we were up 28 to like 3. I think that's 3.
Ooh,
6.
That's a very significant
6,
number to
3,
me.
something like that. And then teams come back. That's what happened with the Raiders. Now Kansas City just beat us, but we had time. We almost won that game, or at least put it in overtime. But I don't know. That's interesting, man. I'm scared of that those second half collapses. Like maybe we just run the ball too much, and we just need to keep attack, right? But I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. That's what the concerning thing. What teams do you think are top 5?
Ooh,
like
Cam's gonna say the Vikings.
Like top 5, like what in the league right now?
Or like conferences like AFC, NFC, like what are we talking about?
Yeah, because if I give you my top 5 NFL teams right now, it's the Vikings, it's the Saints in there. In there.
The Steelers ain't lost a game yet either.
The Steelers is in there.
The Eagles probably, you think?
The Eagles is in there, and the Chiefs.
Yeah,
that's it. That's my 5, man. Yeah, that's my 5. No particular order, man. But if we go in order, it's probably the Chiefs 1. That's for sure. They still look good, no matter what it is, man. And they brought back Kareem Hunt, who is wearing Eric Berry's number. Come on, man. Stop playing.
Hey,
that dude
shout out to Eric Berry. I love me some Eric Berry.
Man, me too, man.
Show him some
he
love.
went to the school I don't like. But boy, he hit Tebow so hard in college. I was like, ooh. I was like, yo. But Tebow got up though. Tebow was like, yeah.
He ate that.
I was like, yo,
like Kirk
that
Cousins,
was a
you
good.
like that.
And I was like, bro, okay, we got ourselves a game here. That woke that crowd up, man. Tebow and then Eric Berry going head up like that. Oh man. Shout out Ventro, man. For the question, man. That was pretty cool. I like doing top 5, man. We ain't did that in a long time.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is anybody watching, if y'all like top 5s, we got a bunch of older ones, but once we get through the season and we get back to like the off season, expect all that to come back. Top 5s, top 10s, what ifs, all that good stuff. And if you do like that kind of stuff, check our library on YouTube, man. We got a deep library with all that cool stuff.
Yeah, we do, man. All right, let's get into some game picks, man. As we close in, it's like our last real segment for the show. Who you got? Saints, Falcons? Who you got?
Man, I was impressed with the fact that Atlanta had got that win against the Eagles, and the Saints lost to the Eagles. But the Saints lost to the Eagles really doesn't concern me all that much. I think Atlanta does have good talent. We talked about this before the season. But I don't think I see Atlanta being able to contain that Saints offense. The way the Saints offense played against Dallas, I understand like the Eagles kind of held them in check. I think New Orleans is just playing on a different level. I'm taking New Orleans, man. Not by a whole lot. And not having bias aside, I just like what the Saints are doing offense and defensively a bit more than what Atlanta is.
I like the Falcons in this one, man. I like the Falcons because it seemed like they figured out how to use Kirk Cousins in that offense, man. Like that week one, like I feel like they just like, oh well, you know what, we got all this and we just gonna work, right? And then they got hit in the mouth by the Steelers, and they're like, okay, well maybe Kirk Cousins needs a little bit of guidance out here. Maybe he needs a rule book, a playbook or something. We just can't let Kirk Cousins be Aaron Rodgers out here. We need to have a script or something. And I think now that they got the script, it seems like Kirk Cousins is figuring it out. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons here, man. I think if they stick to the script and just hand the ball off, play action off of that, they'll be all right, man. Saints is a good team, good team right now. Carr seems to be back to his old ways. Shout out to John Gruden's new show, right? His new YouTube channel. I think it's called Gruden Knows Football. Man, he broke down kind of what was wrong with Derek Carr, and broke it down. Like he was like, "Yo, he's healthy now and he looks good and everything." So, a shout out to John Gruden. I just love the fact that he's back in football, man.
I love John Gruden.
NFL, y'all dirty for trying to blackball him, man. Why y'all do him like that, man? Too many players that look like me love him. He ain't no damn racist, man. Stop it. Come on, man. Like, stop it. Y'all dirty for that, man. Stop it. Y'all need to cut that out. Dude got too much love out here. Anyway, man. All right, so we got the Eagles and Bucks, man. I'm going with the Eagles, man. Ooh, Gruden to Florida.
I've seen that float. I've seen that floating around the other day. I don't know how legit that is, but I've definitely seen it.
You know what? I would actually like that because I think
he's good. He's got the know-how. He can relate to the players. Like
and I think like he's so in tap with like football and understands what winning football is, right? And I feel like even though he's an old school guy, I feel like he could use winning to talk to the players of today. Like, look, we can play football the right way. And if we win and win consistently, y'all gonna get paid. And I think that message to Florida, along with good coaching, is kind of what they missing, man. Because over their history, right, they had Spurrier, they had Urban Meyer. One consistent between those two guys is that the players wanted to win. Winning was the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. They knew if they won, whatever accolades they were getting off the field would continue. It seemed like after or in between those two guys and after Urban Meyer, right? It just felt like they weren't really coached to win. Like all the players that Spurrier recruited when I guess who took over after him, Ron Zook or something. I think it was Ron Zook or something like that. It was just like using his players. He didn't necessarily do anything, right? So now you got new players that really don't even understand what the history was, you know? And then Urban Meyer comes in there and just changes everything. Again, but brings it back to what Florida was when they were in their heyday. Winning, playing good football, recruiting in state, out of state. You know what I'm saying? So I think he would be more of a CEO type, but I think he would infuse some NFL in there too. I think he would do that. Kind of like the Dion of the SEC. He would bring all his old buddies back to coaching with him, man. All of them, man. He'll bring back Bill Callahan for the offensive line. He can't bring Monty Kiffin back though. He can't bring him back. He passed away, sad. But sure, you might bring Tony Dungy in that thing, man. Tony Dungy in there, man. Tony Dungy, old tail, coaching college, man. And that'd be so cool, man. He's like, yo, I gotta pay you back for that Super Bowl you got me, man. So come on back.
Man, might as well bring Herm Edwards for all that.
Hey, Herm Edwards didn't have a good exit in college football.
No, he didn't, but I mean, it'd be a first start.
He didn't have a good exit, man. He still got that show calls thing. He got to chill out for a minute. He was out there paying the players, dog. He was like, yo, come on, man. It's Arizona State. I'm Herman Edwards. Come on, man. Take this check, dog. Stop playing, bro. But he did have a good staff, though. He had a good staff, man. Marvin Lewis was over there. Antonio Pierce was over there, too. He had a lot of good players, former players over there at Arizona State, man. So he shoot, man. I would love to see him back in the thing, man. But who you got? Bucks, Eagles.
Man, I really like Tampa with Baker and Mike Evans and all them boys. But look, I just think Eagles have too much on defense. The Eagles are already really talented. Look, we're not even going to get into the Eagles offense with obviously Smith, Brown, Barkley. I'm not even talking about that. I just feel like the Eagles are really deep on defense, and I just don't know if Baker and the crew are going to be able to get off. I think Mike Evans is going to get off regardless, but I just don't know if this offense is going to be able to get off the ground nearly as much against Philly. I think it'd be a good game. If Philly wants revenge after how they got knocked out of the playoffs last year, man, give me the Eagles, man. The Eagles are playing good football. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I got the Eagles too, man. I think, like I said, you speak of defense, man. Cooper DeJean ain't even got his feet wet yet. Wait till he start getting comfortable out there, and they start using him like Minkah Fitzpatrick, man, hanging around the line, guarding running backs. Come on, man. I'm telling you, that's why I picked him for Defensive Rookie of the Year, man, because they're gonna use him. They got to. He's too good, man. He's too good. Now he gonna be like Harrison Smith, bro. All the way around the ball, just a headache. That's what he's gonna be. So keep a lookout on him, man. I like that a lot. I like him. Let's see, man. We should have on a couple more games. All right, man. We got my Bills, or not my Bills, my Ravens.
We have to clip that one. That one's going in the commercial. That one's gonna be in there. You heard it. You heard it.
We ain't going there. We ain't going there. Not my Bills, man.
Your Bills, 4 Super Bowls, and not one has been won.
You already know how I feel about it. Don't talk about no Bills with me, man.
Your Bills.
Talk about no Bills with me, man. I thought I had the Ravens first, my
bad. Bills,
man, but the Ravens, man, going against the Bills, man. See the crazy stat about Josh Allen. He's like top 10 in rushing touchdowns. Like what? I mean, dude's a baller. He's like top 10 in rushing touchdowns over like the last couple seasons. Bro. Like what is going on? Like y'all got to get this man some help, man, because he can't be leading the league. He can't lead the team in rushing too. He can't do that. He ain't Lamar. He ain't supposed to do that.
That's a bad white boy, bro.
But he is. He is, man. He is bad, dog. So I like him, man. But the Bills, I just think they'll have enough. I think defensively they lost a lot. And then I'm not sure what Von Miller has left in the tank, man. But I think we figured something out in this Cowboys victory today. I think we just say, hey man, we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna, if we got nickel and diamond, man, we're gonna nickel and diamond, man. So I like what they was doing today, man. So I think they can beat the Bills, man. Should be a Sunday night game, so it's gonna be cool. So I got my Ravens, man, not the Bills.
Not his Bills. Off script.
Not my Bills. Not my
Bills,
Bills.
I promise. I think Cam low-key likes the Bills, but we're not gonna get into that right now.
I like some of the Bills players, bro. I do. I like some of their players, man. I just thought
Bills,
man. Like, bro, I just thought they would win one. Just one Super Bowl, man. And the closest one was the first one. The rest of them was boat races, man. Like, oh man, that hurt my feelings, man. You do all that hard work with 4 Super Bowls in a row. But it is what it is, man. Who you got?
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, I don't know about that, but no, I don't think Buffalo wins this one, man. Like, I don't think people are talking about how much they lost in the secondary. You lost Tre'Davious White and Jordan Poyer back there, and they lost more on defense than just those two guys. I think Lamar's going to challenge them in the secondary with the throws, man. Obviously, I think they're going to still feed Henry, and obviously Lamar's going to run. But I just think he's going to really challenge them in the secondary. I've got Baltimore, man. I think they win in by at least 10 or more.
All right, cool. I like that. We went by 10 or more. That's perfect. Put us 2-2. Back to 500, man. I thought we would have been like 4-0, man. I picked we'd be like 4-0 at this point, man.
Oops.
Nothing, bro. I was getting worried. I was like, damn, all the hype.
Oh, right. Man.
Man. I can't end the show without showing my appreciation to the Darnold train. Sam Darnold, USC
We're gonna have
quarterback,
for that.
Journeyman, 3-0, taking his train on the road to play the Packers.
The Jordan Love less Packers. Malik Willis will have the start this week for the Pack.
I don't care. The train continues.
All she wrote.
I don't care. The train continues. So Packers lose. Vikings win. The train moves on to the next station.
Yeah, I don't feel there's a whole lot to go into this. You don't have Jordan Love. I'm sorry. I got Vikings, man. Somebody needs to get the hashtag Darnold train going. Because I got Minnesota, man. The way they put the boat race on Houston, if they would have had Jordan Love in this game, I would definitely probably pick Green Bay, or at least felt a little bit more confident with Green Bay. The fact that he's not in there, I think is going to pull out more stress on Jacobs to be able to get a lot more work done on the ground and in the pass game. I got Minnesota, man. Darnold train.
Yeah, man. I'm surprised they're not riding A.J. Dillon and Jacobs for real. Like, if Malik Willis ain't necessarily passing the ball that well, he can definitely run. He did that a lot. So really beat the Vikings if they do that. Because the Vikings been getting a lot of pressure on quarterbacks. That's really what they've been doing a lot lately. But if they could run the ball on the Vikings, they might actually win this game. That should be it, man. I don't think I got any more. All right, that's it, man. That is the show, man. That is the show. That's the show, man. That's the show. Like I said, man, I like how I do it, man. That's really cool. It makes the show easier to read, makes it easier to go, talk about and everything. I don't know what that comment is, but thank you. I appreciate the engagement.
Thanks for the combo.
Yeah, thanks for the comment. Pause. Nah, man. But like I said, man, that's today's show, man. A lot of good action this weekend, man. Started the show a little late today. It's kind of tough to like put the graphics on there because you gotta wait till the games are done to do the NFL stuff anyway. But it's all right, man. Definitely a good show. But before we go, anything you gotta say?
Man, all I'm gonna say is for anybody watching, man, thank you guys for the engagement. Man, shout out to you guys. You guys are the main reason we are here. It's really fun to be able to go back and forth with you guys as well as go back and forth with each other, man. Former players talking ball, past, present, future, man. There's nothing better than that. Like we said at the beginning of the show, all those socials going on the bottom, man. Go and follow, subscribe. Tons of awesome daily content, whether it's short form content. We have live weekly shows every week. Plenty of all our shorts on YouTube. We do Twitch with live streaming gaming. Cam does a lot of that. If you're more of a person who's on the go, you like going to the gym, like working, pop us in for Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Podcasts, all of that good stuff. And I will throw a little Easter egg in here. There's going to be some cool changes coming here really soon. You're going to see us across even more platforms, different sites, things like that. We got a lot of really cool things going behind the scenes that we're going to really be excited to share with you guys here soon. But like I said before, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like the video. It really helps us with the algorithm, being able to push our content to have more and more viewers who might like our content. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you're on YouTube, hit the bell notification. Every time we drop community posts, live shows, anything, you will not miss a beat. You'll catch all of our awesome content. And like I said before, we have a deep plethora of videos going back to last year. We are on the road to 20,000. We just crossed back over 17K. We're on the road to 20K, but we can't get there without you guys. So like, comment, subscribe. And you guys have an awesome day. We'll be back Sunday, 9 Eastern.
Oh, yeah, man. Couldn't said it better myself, man. Like I said, we'll be back. We'll probably have one more show that's not going to be on our audio. And then we're going to upload it. We get that back at October. Every show will be back on the audio. So every show we missed for this past month or so will be updated on there, man. So check it out. It'll be uploaded in bulk, man. So just catch up what you missed for our audio listeners, man. But we're going to be back on the grind, man. Stay tuned for some big stuff, man. So we excited. And that's it, man. I am Cam. That is Brandon, man. And before I go, man, I done messed up, dog. I completely messed up, dog. We didn't even start off the show the right way, bro. We didn't put our names in it. That's how crazy it is, man. But all right, I'm Cam. Y'all see now. Right? That's Brandon. This is the Football Frame of Mind podcast, man. We are signing off.
Peace.
Good night. That's my Walter Cronkite.
Donald Train.